What's going on, guys? This is Justin coming at you with a NFL Week 15 pick'em. Uh, Football for the week is over. My Seattle Seahawks beat the St. Louis Rams 32-13, so that was nice to see. My sister's at the game. I'm extremely jealous, but that's all right. So moving on, Week 15, our Thursday game is Jacksonville at Atlanta. Jacksonville had a big week last week, scored 41 points on Tampa Bay, but I will be taking Atlanta at home to win this one. They've looked really good. They have a really solid roster. Michael Turner, Matt Ryan, Roddy White, Julio Jones. They just have a ton of weapons compared to Jacksonville, which they lean very heavily on MJD, who I think got 4 of their 5 or 6 touchdowns. So, as long as Atlanta doesn't let him go completely off, this should be a pretty easy win for him. Next game, we actually have a Saturday game. It is Dallas at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay was the recipient of that Maurice Jones-Drew, complete tear. But I will be taking Dallas on the road to win this one. I was kind of sad to see Dallas lose in that really close game to the Giants Sunday night, but I think that they will come back strong and beat Tampa Bay on the road. Moving on, we have Cincinnati traveling to St. Louis. St. Louis did just lose to the Seahawks 30-13. I'm actually going to go ahead and take Cincinnati to win this one. Interesting pick, I know, but Cedric Benson. You have you have Andy Dalton. You have AJ Green. You do have some weapons there, and St. Louis is just not looking that great. They've had injury problems on their team, so I'm taking Cincinnati on the road to win this one. Next game is obviously the lock of the week. We have Green Bay traveling to Kansas City. Kansas City, who just fired their head coach, so things are a little bit shooken up there, to say the least. Apparently, McCarthy wants to go for perfection, so don't expect to see Aaron Rodgers sitting anytime soon. Green Bay is going to win this one big on the road. Next game, we have my Seattle Seahawks traveling to the Chicago Bears. This is going to be a really good game, I think. Notoriously, the Bears have just completely crushed the Seahawks. But I will be taking my own Seahawks to win on the road this week against Chicago. I think the Seahawks are the better team. If you give the Bears back Cutler and Forte, that might change. But, Chicago's playing a little bit injured, to say the least. So, Seahawks to win it on the road. Next game, we have the Tennessee Titans traveling to the Indianapolis Colts. Should be a pretty easy win for the Titans. I believe Hasselbeck got injured. I didn't read up on how bad that was, but nonetheless, I think Tennessee has more than enough talent on their team to take care of the horrible Colts this year. Moving on, next game, we have the Washington Redskins traveling to the New York Giants. For Dallas and the Giants, even though I'm pretty sure if the Giants went out, they clinched a division now that they beat Dallas. But don't expect the Giants to let up anytime soon. I see another big game for Eli Manning and the big core of wide receivers he has. Giants to win this one at home. Next game, we have Carolina traveling to Houston. Houston has somehow still managed to win even after Matt Schaub has gone out, which isn't that much of a surprise because you have Arian Foster, you have Ben Tate, Andre Johnson, Kevin Walter. I could just keep going on and on, but I will be taking Carolina on the road to win this one. Surprisingly, can't really vote against Cam Newton. He put up not huge numbers, but pretty decent numbers against Atlanta. He's put up huge numbers all season, and I'm going to take him to win this one on the road. Next game, we have New Orleans traveling to Minnesota. Should be a fairly open and shut case for New Orleans. Minnesota possibly again without AP, but no news on that yet. Next game we have Miami traveling to Buffalo. Both teams, not doing so hot. Buffalo making kind of a surge. Sorry, Miami making kind of a surge. Buffalo kind of dropping off the map. Tony Sparano was fired, so Miami and Kansas City, both head coachless at the moment. Buffalo has a lot of talent, but I think I'm going to take Miami in the upset win here on the road to beat Buffalo. Next game we have the Detroit Lions traveling to the Oakland Raiders. Darren McFadden, you just keep checking his news every week. Is he out? Is he in? No great news on him yet. Detroit to win this one on the road against Oakland. Possibly getting Kevin Smith back as well, so pretty nice news for them. Next game we have Cleveland traveling to Arizona. I'm going to be taking Arizona on this one. Larry Fitzgerald, Beanie Wells. Cleveland does have Peyton Hillis back, finally in decently full health, but I think Arizona is going to take this one at home. This is going to be a fun game. We have New England traveling to the Mile High City at Denver. So we have Brady against Tebow. I just don't see how New England can lose this game. Yes, it's Tebow time right now, but I think Tebow time is going to go into a little bit of a stop next Sunday. I will be taking New England to win this one on the road. Next game, we have the New York Jets traveling to the Philadelphia Eagles. Once again, I'm going to be taking the Jets to win this one. Mark Sanchez showed up last week. Michael Vick did not in his return. I don't know what to say about Philadelphia this year. Sad to say the least. Moving on to our Sunday night game, we have Baltimore Ravens traveling to the San Diego Chargers. The Ravens have done very, very well this year. Great defense, great running game, and some good wide receivers emerging as well. And Torrey Smith, and you have the veteran Anquan Bolden in there. So I will be taking Baltimore to win this one on the road. I just think their defense and their tough ground game is going to stall the Chargers. Moving on to the very exciting Monday night game. I think it's a very good game. We have Pittsburgh traveling to San Francisco. San Francisco D, very tough this year. Probably more tough than Pittsburgh D. I will be taking Pittsburgh to win this one, however. I just think Ben Roethlisberger is going to be too much for him. I don't think that San Francisco corners and safeties will be able to contain Mike Wallace, Antonio Brown, the huge core of wide receivers that Pittsburgh has. So we'll be taking Pittsburgh to win that one on the road. I will be putting what I went last week, because I didn't look that up before, down below, so check that out, and my stats for the season. So thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.